is Greg Ross Monroe again. And have a relatively simple idea, just a good old-fashioned web application along with an iPhone application. The idea would be kind of a storyboarded-based iPhone app. So what would happen is, either on your Android or your iPhone, you would pick up the phone, you would choose the situation in which you had found yourself. For example, a wedding will work well, considering we were talking about that earlier. And it would have a professional wedding videographer who will have worked out a specific set of storyboards based on how best to shoot a wedding. So, for example, one thing might be, here's a shot where you've got to ask the bride these questions. And then you've got to ask the groom these questions. And you click on that, it fills up, it says, okay, start shooting. You hold up your phone, you film the person's response, you kind of just snap to so it fits in the space, and then you go on to the next thing. It just tells you what to film. So, film the first dance. So you film the first dance. Okay, you film them cutting the cake. When you've plugged in as many of the spaces as you can, you hit done. It renders everything. It puts in the transitions. It'll say do a nice soppy voiceover of the groom talking about the bride while they're having the first dance. So while you're focusing on the bride, plus it's got some nice music playing in the background from your iTunes collection. And the wonderful thing about this would be that you would have a marketplace built inside the app where you would be able to sell and buy storyboards. So if you were a videographer, you could design a storyboard for a wedding, or for visiting the Eiffel Tower, or for half a short length documentary about your family. Or you could even do things where, okay, we've got 7 people here. I have 7 people. I want something to do fun with my friends. Let's say pick movie scenes. I'm going to pick the opening scene from Reservoir Dogs because I've got 7 people. I take a look at Steve and I say, hey Steve, okay, this is what you've got to say. You've got to say the following line. I touch it. It's got an MP3 built into whatever the storyboard is. It says, I don't tip. So it counts down 1, 2, 3. Film Steve, and Steve says, I don't tip. There you go, exactly. And then you just like said, done, move on to the next. And the whole thing makes you seem like a really, really good film editor, because that stuff is awful. If you've ever had to sit down in an editing bay, it's the worst thing ever. And most people don't know how to shoot a wedding anyway, so it's a ridiculous thing. And so, of course, you'd have a nice little marketplace where you could sell the storyboards, you'd sell the app. Plus, it would be nice to sell hardware accessories like fisheye lenses for the iPhone or for the whatever camera you've got, little nice enclosures, all sorts of lovely hardware stuff to turn the thing in your pocket into something a little more similar to what he's carrying around, and a little bit easier. So that's the idea. If anyone likes it, more than welcome to come chat to me. Any questions? You in the back of the bus.
Do you have a scene in mind that you could demo?
I think that opening scene from Reservoir Dogs would be awesome. I mean, or the another one is the Honey Bunny scene at the opening of Pulp Fiction. That would be great. Yes, sir.
Do you envision it where you can just take video files you already have and storyboard them out and use just instead of filming it as you go, take video that's already there and then use a storyboard to organize and edit it?
I don't see why not. I mean, you'd want to include something where you could grab any kind of media from the actual device that you had in your pocket. I mean, the developers' kits are like that anyway. You'd also probably want storyboards that came with stock sounds, stock, video. So let's say, for example, it's, you, me, and Bob, and we're trying to shoot a three-man scene where there's an explosion. Unless we're going to go blow something up, you might as well just include the explosion scene as part of the storyboard. And then, we're running away from a car, and then it turns and it's, some nice big explosion. That costs a little bit extra, maybe the sound of the gun effect, the firing, the some sound effect that comes with the package it up as an XML file. Comes with some images, some sound effects. Relatively simple to do. Build yourself a nice big marketplace.